Anderson Silva, an MMA and UFC legend, has stated that he would like to fight Floyd Mayweather sometime in the very near future. Do you think Silva could take down Mayweather, arguably one of our generation's greatest boxers? It seems as though this match could definitely happen, as it would mean a big payout for both fighters, which is always hard to pass up. Will Silva and Mayweather get in the ring together soon? Will Tyron Woodley get his rematch with Jake Paul? Let's dive into it. Will Anderson Silva and Floyd Mayweather get in the ring together soon? If you are a boxing fanatic, then you may already know that Anderson Silva is desperately interested in getting into the ring with the legend Floyd "Money" Mayweather. Whether this will actually go down is yet to be announced, but there is a strong potential, that's for sure. Former Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC middleweight champion Anderson Silva is currently 2-0 as a professional boxer, with knockout victories against former WBC champion Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and ex-UFC light heavyweight title holder Tito Ortiz. Because celebrity boxing is so popular these days, Spider supporters couldn't help but encourage the Brazilian to fight undefeated pugilist Floyd Mayweather Jr., who is no stranger to injuring past UFC champions. Anderson Silva's switch to boxing has opened up a slew of opportunities for the MMA legend, including a potential showdown with Floyd Mayweather Jr. This is according to Luz Doria, Silva's boxing instructor, who spoke to AG Fight recently regarding Silva's next probable opponent. Last Saturday, the former UFC middleweight champion stunned Tito Ortiz with a first-round knockout victory that enthralled the combat community. While others have suggested Silva fight Jake and Logan Paul, his boxing instructor says Spider should seek a bout with Money. When asked about this in a recent interview, Silva had this to say about it. "When I finished the fight with Tito and I saw on my Twitter and my Instagram everybody talking, you need to fight with Mayweather," he continued. "I don't know. That's insane. I don't know if I can fight on the same level as Mayweather, but this is a challenge for me." Silva continued, speaking about the potential match between the two fighters. "When people talk about the size difference, I say the same. I'm too big," Silva continued. "But Mayweather fought with Logan Paul and I can fight too. I can weigh 189, 190 pounds and fight Mayweather. Let's go see." Of course, this fight was to happen. It's a show fight, not a real fight, but I think that's good. Let's go see. Mayweather returned to the ring earlier this year to make fun of social media troll Logan Paul, who, like his brother Jake, has made a living off of his internet celebrity. Despite the size disparity, Money made Paul appear like an amateur, which is a testament to Mayweather's ability to carry a fight, given that Paul is likely considerably less skilled than an amateur boxer. At this time, it's unclear whether Mayweather would ever be interested in battling Spider. Silva has the track record to merit a fight between two combat legends, but he's a lot bigger than Mayweather. Money is coming off a boxing bout with a tainted Logan Paul, but the social media star's abilities pale in comparison to Silva's. Money, after all, is a powerful motivator. Mayweather will certainly entertain a fight with Silva if he thought it would bring enough income. A boxing bout between Silva and Mayweather, according to Doria, would be extremely huge and something to behold. There is a very strong possibility Mayweather will agree to the fight due to the insane popularity of YouTube and social media fights and exhibitions. For better or worse, celebrity boxing contests will continue as long as people are prepared to pay for them. If Mayweather wants his legacy to be defined by his greatness inside the ring, I don't think he has many of these exhibition bouts left in him at 44. We have the new normal, with the YouTuber brothers, with millions of followers testing themselves and promoting themselves a lot. It's a big deal. The brothers talked about him and Anderson as prepared for anyone. But I think the one fight that should happen was between Floyd Mayweather and Anderson Silva. One of the greatest boxing athletes against one of the greatest MMA fighters in the world. Floyd faced Logan Paul, who doesn't have that much experience in boxing, in an exhibition match. I think I could have a deal. These fights against YouTubers could happen too, because Anderson wants something that motivates him. We will have good news soon, Doria, Silva's coach, stated. But nothing yet has been confirmed, and whether they will actually get in the ring together has yet to be seen, but many fans are certainly hoping they do. They are both certainly one of the best within their sport, Floyd boxing and Silva MMA. Do you think they will fight? Do you think Jake Paul is a better opponent for Silva? Could Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather get in the ring? Not only does Silva want to box Mayweather, but now YouTube personality turned boxer Jake Paul wants to follow in his older brother's footsteps. However, whether Mayweather would take on a fight like this is debatable. After defeating former UFC champion Tyron Woodley in August, Jake is looking for his next job. Woodley and Tommy Fury have been mentioned as possible opponents in a rematch. However, if the problem child has his way, a battle with Money might be on the cards, with a 24-year-old asking for a massive brawl. He's even texted the 44-year-old asking if he'd prefer a real pro fight than an exhibition. Paul has proposed to Mayweather that they fight, but on the condition that the two fight in a professional boxing battle, not an exhibition match. Paul is only just coming off a split decision victory over Tyron Woodley, former UFC welterweight title holder, while Mayweather defeated Jake's older brother Logan Paul in an 8-round exhibition. Jake spoke up about his plans to get in the ring with Mayweather and just how serious he is about it. "I don't do exhibitions. I told Floyd, I actually messaged him and I said, yo, if you want to do a real pro fight at a weight class, then let's do it," Jake stated in an interview. "But I think he's going to retire, and that's probably what's best for him, because my brother is a great fighter, but I'm just built built differently. I would have taken Floyd out, and that wouldn't be good for him," he added. Mayweather hasn't fought in a professional boxing battle since defeating Conor McGregor, a former two-division UFC champion, by technical knockout in round 10 in 2017. He has, however, contested exhibition bouts against all-star Japanese boxer Tenshin Nasukawa and his older brother Logan Paul since then. There is plenty of speculation if Floyd would even take this fight, especially because it isn't classed as an exhibition match. Floyd has not competed in a professional boxing match in years, and he is already extremely wealthy from his career and technically retired. Additionally, it could be quite embarrassing for Mayweather if he lost the bout to Jake Paul, especially seeing as he tied with Logan Paul, Jake's older brother. There is a strong possibility of a Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley rematch. Could we be seeing a Tyron Woodley versus Jake Paul rematch grace our screen soon? Well, it is looking more and more like the pair will get back in the ring together. Tyron Woodley, as it turned out, was not the MMA savior fans had hoped for to put a halt to the Jake Paul hype train during their first match. In what could only be described as a scoring system that was all over the place, the chosen one garnered a split decision. Regardless of what the judges thought, Woodley simply didn't do enough to convince anyone that he was the better boxer of the two. Because he landed more punches and was more active, Jake Paul won by a majority decision. Woodley was able to land hard blows, but he couldn't finish the fight. Jake was declared the winner of the fight by a split decision. Ariel Helwani conducted ringside interviews while Paul basked in his latest victory in front of his local audience. Tyron, the chosen one Woodley, approached Ariel Helwani immediately after the fight and declared that he had won the bout and demanded a rematch with Jake. Paul shook Woodley's hand in the center of the ring after barely seconds of refusal and agreed to a rematch. Paul was a clever businessman who has methodically planned his next 2 or 3 steps to ensure everything goes according to plan. He gets nothing out of fighting Woodley again, and who wants to pay to watch it anyway? Do you anticipate a different outcome in the rematch? If I were Woodley, I wouldn't hold my breath for the problem child to actually get back in the ring. However, if Woodley gets the tattoo that Jake Paul wanted, a rematch might be in the cards. Woodley agreed to the strange tattoo bet that the two fighters made at one of their first news conferences. Before their first fight, Paul recommended that the loser get a tattoo of the winner's name, such as "I love Jake Paul," and much to the surprise of many, Woodley agreed. He's desperate to get back in the ring with Paul and prove himself, as you can see. And there you have it, everything you need to know about whether Floyd Mayweather and Anderson Silva will get in the ring together. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching.